Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the Knife Center coming at you from SHOT Show 2022, Las Vegas, Nevada, with the man himself, Mr. Jonathan Wagner from SOG. How are you? Or
Great.
SOG?
I really don't care.
I always call you guys SOG. It's so ingrained.
People talk about it, to be honest, don't care.
Okay.
So long as people know who we are, that's all that matters.
Well, you've been putting out some good stuff, so people should
thanks.
know who you are. So we've got a bunch of new stuff on the table here to talk about. Why don't you take it away?
So this is probably our largest year. We've got 22 new releases, and here is most of the things on the table. Like if we put one of each, we wouldn't have enough space on the table.
Right.
But for every single one of our verticals, all that audience that we speak to, which is professional, outdoor, and daily, we've got a really good selection. So maybe let's start on the outdoor side.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is a category that we've really been wanting to build up a lot. I don't think it's well represented previously. I mean, when I came on board, I found people using SOG knives for every application, but we really wanted to double down on giving people the right tools for the job.
Right.
So this year, probably the biggest selection that we have is coming on the outdoor space. So maybe let's start sort of at the more accessible level.
Let's do it.
So this is Tellus. This is a brand new line from the start. So we've got a folding version and a fixed blade version. So this is the Tellus FLK. So folding, what is it? Folding with kick.
It's a folding large
lock.
knife.
Yeah, folding large knife. So
it feels good.
Yep, it's a liner lock. And
interesting what you did already just with the handle material staying with the liner there on the backside.
What we wanted to do is, so we could have gone down a frame lock route, but it means that you're going to have like a metal handle, something like that. So what we want to do is sort of do a bit of a combo liner frame type treatment. And the reason we covered the liner lock there is to mitigate like dirt and grit getting in between it.
Getting caught between the two layers. Yeah.
And the idea with Tellus is these are knives that have been designed to be just beaten on like nothing else. So, you know, as you can see with both versions, they've got large, thick blades. You can baton them. You can sort of, stab them into things. Whatever you need to do. It's a very rugged knife. And it's the kind of price point you're not really going to think twice about, whether you're going to break it or not. I mean, the folder is $50. The fixed blade is $60.
Wow.
Is that Cryo 440
MSRP
steel.
Or that's anticipated street price roughly?
That's street price. We no longer talk at MSRP. I mean, it's a fake price.
Right.
Everyone does street price. So everything is just what we call MAP.
So that's a $50 knife right there.
It's a $50 knife.
What was the steel you were mentioning?
It's Cryo 440.
440C or?
I cannot remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that is a cool shape. I love the stone washed finish. The grip on it feels great.
Oh yeah.
The
texturing is really good. We really enjoyed working on this because what we want to do is create the best looking knife at this price point and just have people pick it up and go, it's how much?
Right.
So I think that we've achieved that.
I mean, that's exactly what I just did.
Yeah.
So, really?
Yeah.
So man, that feels good. The blade shape is right up the alley too for that outdoor use. That high flat grind with the drop point. Hunters, small survival knife.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's Tellus. It comes with the UMS type sheath, which you can change all the angles and works with all the other accessories.
That's a pretty cool system, so that it kind of rotates around through these tracks.
So this tri-lobe, as we call it,
you
can unscrew it and you can just fix it in any which point that you want, and then you can then change the angle of the clip again to sort of meet your needs.
I like it.
So it's fully customizable, left hand, right hand carry, pack, belt, all that kind of thing.
That is really cool. I dig that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's Tellus.
Very nice.
And these come in a whole bunch of colors. So gray with the orange, we've got the olive drab, we've got a sort of brownie sort of color, blaze orange, of course. I mean, we couldn't have an outdoor knife without blaze orange.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Cool.
Moving up, we have Aegis, which has been around since we did the whole rebrand. What we have is a couple of new colorways. So we have the Rescue Red with some indigo pops, and we have black with the moss green, but we've also introduced this Tanto blade. So lots of people love a Tanto. It's great for sort of cutting through thicker materials and sort of penetrating and that kind of thing. So just wanted to offer something that's stylized in the Aegis platform this way, and introduce some new colors along with that.
Well, and this is one of those Tantos that rides the line between like the heavier tactical and just the EDC, because you've still got that thinner blade stock with the full flat grind here. And these have always had a really good, comfortable handle as well.
Yeah. So as you can see, the handle size to the blade, so the ratio is more handle sort of orientated. We're finding a lot of first-time knife buyers are getting Aegis because the colors are more applicable to sort of things they're wearing for outdoors. But also it's a very friendly, if you can say that, looking knife.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, especially in an outdoor scenario, control over the blade is so important. So some people say, oh, the blade should be longer for the handle, but I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Each design has its own merits, and this certainly does.
Yeah. I think purists want, a larger blade, and that's fine. But I think for people that's using a knife for the first time, I think this creates a comfortable balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm into it. Assisted opening, you've got the XR lock there, spine safety. Same stuff you know and love from the previous versions.
And because we got such a great response with Aegis, we've decided to do a fixed blade version. So with the fixed blade, we didn't want to just do exactly the same as what's on the folding blade, because that would just, you got a folding blade that does that. So we're going to do more of a kind of a Scandi profile. So it provides more of a bushcraft type feel or survivalist type feel. So with the handle, we've also changed a lot of the geometry. So whichever way you hold it, there's no hot spots. And there's lots and lots of different grip angles and sort of hand positions that work on it. So you can choke up all the way from the blade with this jimping.
Sure.
You've got these secondary sort of grip areas next to the blade on the handle there. And even the butt here, if you're going to be just doing sort of a drilling action, it's not a sharp point. It actually feels very comfortable.
Yeah. I actually just saw you got the SOG logo right there too, which is pretty nice.
So if you haven't noticed, there's a lot more subtle application of the logo. I mean, we love our days when we were sort of billboarding, but we feel confident that our actual visual brand language of the product is stronger than just putting a logo on there.
Sure, yeah. And you guys have definitely been nailing that recently.
Yeah.
So 4116 steel marked on here, and we've got a secondary bevel on here, so it's not a true Scandi, but it kind of has that vibe anyway. In terms of carry.
We call it a modified Scandi. So the other feature on that is on the front edge here with this bright acid yellow pop that's made out of a softer material, so you get a little bit better grip in the wet.
Sure.
But overall, it's just...
And the high visibility outdoors too is nice.
Yes. So again, comes in lots of colors in line with the folding versions.
Cool. And sheath has kind of the similar attachment on the back, but I see you've got some open slots here for
some T-slots. Yeah, so
kind of what's the word? Threading through things.
Yeah, so you can clip that onto webbing. You can put onto your belt. One thing we found with outdoor users when we were talking with them is they may be changing positions multiple times throughout their trip. So they may have it on their pack, they may put it on their belts, or they may go for a day trip and they want to sort of put it on a different position on their body. So it provides a lot of flexibility without having to take things apart.
Right. Which gets too fiddly when you're outdoors to worry about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So a completely new introduction for us is the Altair family. So again, we have an XR version and we have an FX version, so fixed blade and XR lock. So again, comes in a variety of colors. And this is a very compact knife. So as you can see already, this is with the fixed blade by comparison to the other fixed blades we have. It's quite thin, it's sleek. You can even minimize it some more by removing the handles. They kind of pop off, sort of like Tupperware.
Sure.
And maybe a little bit of a nod to what Spence was doing with the very proud branding. We have this perforation on the inside, which one is for lightning, but also it's Morse code. It says SOG.
Nice.
It's repeated for those that kind of
cool
geek out on that.
Yeah, that's a cool nod. I like that. Very nice. 154 cm steel on these guys.
That's right.
And even lightweight outdoors, certainly. Backpacking knife.
Oh yeah.
Great. EDC fixed blade. People.
If you like to do that, this is the right size for that kind of thing.
It's nice and slim, but not skimpy. There's plenty of grip there. Thin cutting blade, versatile. Yeah, very cool.
And again, with the sheath, you can remove all of the UMS system and just go ultra sort of lightweight and
slip
slick.
it into a pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Sticking this in the correct way there.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the color too. It's a good red.
Yeah. And we have it in the XR version as well. So it comes in the same variety of colors. We've got this stone blue pop, color pop with each of these. With the clip, you can swap out the spacer at the back, so you can have just like a lanyard loop. And you'll see that on the surface, the only fastener that's visible is the pivot fastener.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
So we've tried to minimize the sort of little bumps and grooves. It just looks nicer, and it's just another thing that just isn't there to catch grit and other kind of things. So just keeps it sleek and simple and clean. Go ahead.
I was saying I like the lightweight nature of this. I mean, folks out there are probably thinking of a certain knife this competes with, and you're thinking of the right one. The lightweight of it, the thin, slicey blade, just about the right size, the crossbar lock going on.
Yeah.
That's a winner.
So if you were to take off the handle scales on this, you'll see the same perforated sort of pattern that you see on the fixed blade on the metal liners on the inside.
Yeah.
You can peek, on the inside.
See it just a little bit.
Yeah. But again, for those like myself and you that like to pull apart their knives to really see how they work, it's just like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So these feel really good. What's the weight on these guys?
So they're around 2 ounces. So we're still finalizing that. I think we currently have them around 1.9, but we've been thickening the handle just a little bit more, just a better hand feel. But our aim point's around 2 ounces.
Very nice.
So that is our outdoor collection. So 1 or 2 things coming out from us. Let's keep going to the right. I'm going to start at the very bottom again on this, and this is what we call Rapid Rescue and Rapid Edge. So this came from an idea that we had where we wanted to do a rescue tool that initially started off with the Keytron, if you're familiar with it. It's like a little folding blade that's a keychain, and we were wanting to put like a rescue hook on that and a glass breaker. And the more we played with it, we found, okay, if it's on your keys and let's just say in the ignition of your car and you're doing like a self-rescue, you got to take the keys out, you got to open the blade. There's a lot of steps to get to that.
Yeah.
And so, we started sketching on the board, Chris Kashbar and I, our product director of strategy. And we thought, what is that thing that just uses gross motor skills that you can just grab and execute on whatever it is you need to do? So we came up with this concept that it's very compact, it's a little sheath. All you do is stick your finger in there, you pull, you can cut the seat belt, you flip it around, and safely you can break the glass with it.
Nice.
And we thought, we like this concept.
Surprise concept.
Let's do a bit of a blade version as well.
Okay.
So that's Rapid
I got
Edge.
a little ahead of you, sorry there.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what I would do as well. So with this one, it's kind of like an enhanced knuck. So it's not there for like doing all the work you'd do with a longer blade. Rather, it's something as a deterrent, get an attacker off you or whatever it might be. Or it's really great for cutting Amazon boxes.
It is a little box cutter. That's great.
But we've been working with a gal, Emily Valentine of Salmi Tactical, who, she's all about getting people introduced to self-reliance and personal protection, that kind of thing. And we wanted something that anyone can carry and not feel like, they're carrying something large and cumbersome, and can carry it discreetly. That people aren't going to look at and go, that's a knife.
No one's ever going to think that's a knife, yeah.
So price,
I was say the nice thing about the hook blade too, is that also is a really good thing for opening boxes or those plastic clam packs that to rip apart. These things work great at something like that.
And we've had some of our influencers saying, this is going to be a great gut hook for hunting as well. I'm like, didn't think of that.
But sure.
But go ahead, like if it works for you.
I also like that, so you've got the little glass breaker tip on this one, but it's not on the bladed version. Because the last thing you want to do is, while you're not thinking of it, is spin that around and grab down on your hand. So I'm glad you left it off of that version.
Yeah. So with
you
these,
can even mix and match your
your
colors if you want.
So there's going to be a bunch of colors on this. So 4 colors at launch, which is the red, the black, this stone blue, which is kind of a bluey gray, and a this what do you call it? Concrete dust, which is sort of this white gray sort of color. So
very cool.
Yeah, these are $24. So very accessible price point on these ones.
Very cool.
So moving on to Flash, again, it's sort of it was launched at the same time as Aegis and Trident, and it's been a really great seller for us. What we have is a couple of new colors and blade finishes. So we've got this polished blade.
Yeah, more of the satin finish as opposed to the coated blades on the versions.
Yeah. We've got this this gray color, the concrete dust, and this petrol green, which kind of, we've seen a lot of that colorway used in the outdoor industry at the moment as well. So it can sort of transcend sort of daily outdoors kind of thing.
Yeah, I've always thought like Aegis and this one especially have that crossover.
Yeah.
I know you guys have always pushed this as an EDC, which it's great at, but it's another good outdoor.
Daily is daily. It means you know you can use it in lots of variety of different sort of ways. So everything you know and love about Flash, just new colors. So that's a simple story.
Very nice. Very nice. Some multi-tools.
Yeah.
Right above these knives.
So we wanted to extend Flash into the multi-tool realm. So we wanted to have some of, this goes with that kind of a feel.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Flash MT for multi-tool. And
funny how that works.
Yeah. And how is this Flash? Well, it has an assistant open blade. So a little...
with a safety even.
Yeah, Cryo D2. So the same kind of safety. It has a liner lock on the inside. It has a little multi-tool, a little compound leverage gripper there. And then on this little softer thing for your hand here, it actually houses a bit driver on the inside. So you can
nice.
pull that out, flip it around.
And that looks like the 1/8" bit size sticking in there. Yep.
And you got a flathead and a Phillips.
Oh, cool.
A little
nice.
driver there. And you got, the wire cutter and the gripper and all that kind of thing. So,
and a bottle opener, which we know means it's officially a multi-tool.
Yes. Yeah. Is it?
It earned its MT with that piece right there.
So it's kind of sparse on the tools, but we talk to people that would want to carry something like this, and they're like,
well, it's not huge either. Like it's compact and easy to take with you, so it's got kind of just some essentials, I guess.
Yeah. So for those that are familiar with SOG's multi-tools, it's about the size of a power pine. So it's about the same kind of size and weight. Pocket clip, for those that want to carry that way. There is a little hole for putting a lanyard loop on there. So
similar to the Flash there at the end.
Yeah.
And for those of you who want some kind of multi-tool with upgraded blade steel, you've got the D2 here. Yeah. It's not just a simple stainless going on, so that's nice. Very cool.
So that's Flash MT. I think everyone knows Ultra XR, or anyone that knows SOG knows Ultra XR.
Yeah.
We've wanted to put out for the longest time a blackout version. We're going to do a blackout version. Let's do something different. So we've got XHP on the blade. We have a compressed or forged carbon fiber handle. So it's a little bit different on the look rather than
kind of that
weave.
Shredded look. Yeah. Yep.
And we have an alternative clip. So some people don't want to carry it as like a money clip or that larger pocket clip. So we have a clip that's literally the size of that negative space on the inside.
Oh, so does it come with 2 clips?
Comes with 2 clips.
Nice. So you got your choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that adds another sort of option on the Ultra XR family.
No, that's really cool. And of course, these are all super, super slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people that love to run using these because, put in your pocket your Alexa Athletica, gear, and you just run.
Well, it's just got that great thin little blade for EDC. If you don't need something heavy duty, this is going to work great. You still get great edge retention with the XHP.
Oh, yeah.
Or the S35 of the other versions as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then this guy that we've been working on for some time now. This is 1.0. This is the XR version. We're also going to have an AU, so automatic version. So this is our return in sort of the more premium space. So for the longest time, especially at the beginning of SOG's life, we were known for our premium blades. And, we really want to do something special. So this is around the $300 mark. And as you can see, it's got 2-tone finish on the blade. So anything that's angled gets a high-end polish. So you see that on the primary grind and on the chamfers on the inside, and on the flats, it's this matte brushed feel.
Sure.
And then that sort of aesthetic is then mirrored on the bolster, and you got this contrast with the, here in this instance, aluminum lock cap. So we don't do metal lock caps that often, but for 1.0 we've got this little gold halo around the pivot points. And you'll notice on the handle, this is a milled aluminum handle with a white Cerakote.
I wouldn't have guessed aluminum. I was trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
White Cerakote. Cool.
So it's it'll come in a variety of colors.
That white and gold, man.
Yeah.
Super classy looking.
So we're going to have a blackout version with black chrome with black handle. And then we're going to have a smoke gray, which is sort of like this, a little bit lighter bluey gray, like the Flash.
Sure.
So you'll also notice...
You got the logo there on the spine. It's a nice touch. Deep carry clip.
So the clip, as you'll notice when you look at the handle, just like with Altair, this has got hidden fasteners. So all the fasteners are on the inside. The only visible fastener is on the pivot point. And to remove the clip and swap it out, there's like a...
You can see the little head right there.
Little hex bit in there.
Cool. It feels really good.
Yeah. So it's got a little bit of weight to it, but we wanted to have more of like a premium executive knife, something that you would feel good going out for dinner with the wife.
Sure. And it's still, just over 3 inches on the blade length.
Yep.
Plenty of utility there. For sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So also on the daily carry side, We really believe everyone has the right to carry. And there is lots of states and countries out there that don't allow people to carry knives where there's an assisted open or just a single hand open. So what we've done with Terminus and with Stout, we've created slip joint versions. Now, not being satisfied with just doing a slip joint version, with the LTE version, which is a light edition, that uses carbon fiber liners, and so it's really, really light. This one is actually thinner than the XR version. So it gives something that XR carriers don't get, and actually makes something special of the slip joint.
It's not just a straight swap.
So this gives people something quite desirable to carry, even though it's a slip joint. I don't want to crap on slip joints. I actually really like this as a slip joint because
what I like about it, for it's not so much a traditional slip joint with that traditional leaf spring at the back. It's more, I'm guessing it's you've got detent balls.
We've used liners. It's not a detent. It's actually very similar to how the XR lock works, because it's got a crossbar that interfaces with the blade. And by doing that, we've removed a lot of weight. Because normally when you have that metal spine that acts as the spring, that's a big piece of metal that makes it quite weighty.
Well, what I like about this over several of those other, this is not a detent joint, but some of those detent joint designs is
there's a lot more strength.
There's a lot more crispness in that open position. It's less likely to close than some of those other competitors. I like that a lot.
So the intent with that was to give people the confidence with a slip joint. I mean, a lot of the time, the first time I ever cut myself with a knife was on a slip joint because it collapsed on, right
there, yep.
I was a kid and didn't know the best way to hold it, but we wanted to create the very best slip joint out there. And, even though it's a two-handed open and close, you can also do things like that with it. So,
shh, don't tell anyone.
It'll be our secret.
Nice. Of course, you got the gold version here, S35 VN.
Yep. We got the D2 version in the regular slip joint, the non-LTE. So we've got a blackout.
Both price points covered. Budget, more premium.
And so we've done the same also with Stout. So with Stout, we have a slip joint. We've also introduced this sort of cleaver style blade, which some people really love. And, we kept being asked for, love this size. Can I please have a sort of cleaver version? Like, okay, cool. So with the same kind of widening grinds as we've done on the other sort of drop point Stout. And we've also introduced the cleaver style on the frame lock version as well. So it comes in two colors, nice. Blackout and the olive drab with the stonewash.
Mick Williamson design, right?
Collab with Spencer Fraser, our founder, and Mick Williamson.
Nice. T2 steel. Yep. Yeah, really nice. Solid package opener for sure.
Yeah.
Big old box cutter. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So that's daily carry. And then on the professional side,
looks like we got some new colors for some stuff we've seen.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
So these are the LTE versions.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So So the Pentagon loses about 37, something like that, percent weight.
Wow.
And the Vision version loses about 30%.
Okay.
So somehow Pentagon just kind of drops down even further, so you can really feel it between the two.
Yeah.
So we were getting a lot of comments from first responders, military, that they love these. Can we please have some colors that are sort of appropriate to us, or can we have some high vis colors? So
right.
That's why we added the blue for Pentagon and the red for Vision.
Nice.
So the other thing about them, reason we lost the weight is just think all the gear that a first responder's wearing. They don't want to add something with a lot more weight. And a lot of companies, when they reduce weight, they'll go through feature deletion. So they're removing handles, they're drilling holes, all these sort of things that compromise the functionality and the action of a blade. So what we did is wanted to, do a no compromise solution. So using carbon fiber liners for these, it functions exactly the same way, but you lose weight, and that's it.
Right. Very cool. And you can see the carbon fiber kind of peeking out from the inside, but they're nested, so you don't really see them until you're peering in. Very cool.
Of course, these come in a black version with a sort of a graphite, so it's a really dark gray blade.
Sure.
So it's a little bit different to the regular XR versions.
Very nice.
And then with Trident, these are colorway versions. And again, first responders really love this because it's, let me grab this one.
Yep.
It's kind of like the multi-tool knife. So it has a lot of functionality. such as a persuader on the end, glass breaker on the tip, and obviously you got a fast deploy blade with the assisted open.
And of course the ability to use it as a belt cutter.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we have a variety of people talking a lot about how much they love this. Sean Curtis, Police One writer, says this is the dream knife for first responders. So we really wanted to lean into that. So we're releasing this in uniform blue version. It comes in a variety of blade styles, including a serrated tanto, which has been one of the most requested blade types, including a couple other color variations.
Very nice.
So further to Trident, let's stick with Trident.
Oh, these are different knives.
Yes. Yeah.
Trident fixed blade.
Trident fixed blade.
Yeah.
So a little bit more of that tanto. So Trident's fixed blade, so Trident FX comes only in a tanto version. So also a serrated version, but it's a very sort of no BS, simple, lightweight knife.
Yeah,
so
it's not too heavy.
No. So very simplistic in what it provides, but it's just designed to be very easy to carry, very fast to deploy using the same kind of sheath design that we have.
And same system on the back, yeah.
It has a draw strength, adjustable draw strength, little slider here, so
more
you can
or
slide
less
it all the way up. Yep.
Retention on the way out.
That's right.
Yep.
And you can flip which way you carry it.
Yeah, very nice. Lightweight tactical, really.
Yeah.
Dig it.
So then a little bit higher up, in just north of the $100 price point. So this is Recondo FX. So we're resurrecting the Recondo name, and we wanted to design a modern fixed blade. So you can see a lot of the handle design is a lot more sort of geometric, and it's less of that sort of straight sort of spine.
But it's not uncomfortable despite that geometric shape. So sometimes on pictures that can be a bit of a turn off. I would say don't worry about it. It feels quite good.
So you'll see that we've got this sort of soft touch grip area in here that when it's wet, it's still quite grippy. And even in reverse grip, it's actually really quite comfortable.
And I see it looks like some metal sticking there. Is this a full length tang on this?
It's a full tang.
I didn't, and of course we've got the shooting tang on the back. So same deal on those. So it's not just not a little shrimpy stick tang or anything like that.
So again, we've got subdued branding, like just on the inside of the. Yep. So just kind of keeping with that understated look. So this will come in a serrated and non-serrated version.
440C, it looks like it's marked here.
That's right.
I think we had 4116 on this. I don't know if that got mentioned.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then the sheath system is the whole shebang with all of the UMS, the Universal Mounting System. So it's got the UMS clip, which is incredibly easy to mount onto MOLLE. And the way it's designed is that it very easily slips in, but it's got these little hooks. So if it ever comes undone, unlike plastic that can be bent easily, the steel just kind of grips.
And you've got, if it starts to slide out, it's going to have to get through every loop with that hook trying to catch itself on the way out.
So this one can be, has a ambidextrous sheath, so you can, slide the blade in, facing either which way.
Oh, nice. So
and
you don't even have to think about it.
Nope. And it's got the adjustable retention and draw strength on both sides as well. So this is really kind of the best of all the different things that we've done over the last 35 years in a fairly accessible price point of a fixed blade.
Very nice.
So that's all we got this year.
That's it?
One or two things, that's it.
That's awesome. Thanks for showing it to us, guys.
Pleasure.
Let us know what you thought down in the comments, and we'll leave links to the Knife Center in the description below where you can check out all the newest stuff either now or very, very soon on the site. Jonathan, thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.